Okay, hopefully this will do it. If not, I'll have to put in a support ticket. It's not picking up, or it's not showing. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. I'll have to put in a. Okay, so can everybody should be able to hear me now? Okay, yeah. Technology, right? Third time was a charm. So let's get rolling here so we can get this thing done. And thanks for your patience. I had to go back in and step through everything. And I'm loud. Turn down your speakers. And I've got a new microphone and everything right in front of me. So, but I can't control the volume on my end. So if I'm loud, which, yeah, it is a good thing, turn down your speakers. I can't tell how loud I am. So, but everything's working now, and just went in and went back inside the system and reconnected everything. I guess when they switched over, it disconnected or whatever. So you don't need to raise your hand, whatever. So, okay, let's roll. First and foremost, if you have not joined our AppWizard Studio Mastermind group, do that. Make sure you're a part of the Facebook group. There's a lot of good things, a lot of great posts that go in there. And I'm going to be talking about a couple of things tonight that were put in there. And believe it or not, I know who reads them and who don't. So turn down your speakers. Turn down your speakers. I can't control the volume. Turn down your speakers. I'm talking in a normal voice like I was sitting in front of you. So turn down your speakers. And it may be because I'm in there also. I think I got out. Let me see. Let me get completely out of this app. And we'll see if that works. Okay. And this webinar system is all new. So they don't have the bugs worked out of it, I'm sure. Even though they've been telling us for 12 months it's coming. So that could have something to do with everything also. But anyway, join our mastermind group. And there's a lot of great stuff. Let's go through the disclaimer because the FTC tells us we have to. AppWizard Studio nor I cannot guarantee just because you are watching training, you will make any sales, create any traffic, or increase your income. Every person is different, has different work ethics and different desires. Very important note for those of you who took advantage of the $7.50 half price texting. That goes away at the end of the week on Monday, the 24th. Texting will go back to the normal price. And so if you've got some people on that you're getting ready to sign up, if you want to get that first month for $7.50, go ahead and sign them up. And that will work out perfect for you. It will go back up the normal price, $15 and $25 for the 1,000. But still great pricing. You should be out there making a ton of money on texting. We're going to talk a lot about texting tonight. We're also going to talk about some Facebook marketing. I've been talking a lot with Milen Goins, and on a Facebook thing that he did for a restaurant. And also talked to Mike Cahill today. Going to try to get Mike on here in the next couple of weeks. And as soon as I want to make sure that they get this system thing worked out on with YouTube and all that stuff, YouTube Live, before I try to bring other people in. But we will get him on board, and I want to talk to you about some things that he and I talked about today. For some of you who are in those remote areas, I talked to some people this week, and they're in remote areas. They have to travel like 90 miles to get to their closest large market. And I talked to Mike about some of the things he does, and we'll bring him on board in the next week or two. And but I'm going to share some things that he told me today, and it's a great way to go out and talk to a lot of people at one time. And he does it every month, 2 to 3 times a month. Share with you, I was just talking about the post in the Facebook group, and we're going to go through these slides before we go into the system. And I want to make sure that we go into those slides before we go, these slides before we go into the system. And I want to talk all about texting tonight. And somebody, it was kind of, it showed me that I knew today who wasn't using texting and who was. When I posted that about the 27126, I had people message me on Messenger and ask me what 27126 was. And 27126 is our texting short code. So if you don't know what 27126 is, you just told me that you're not out sharing texting. And after I go over these numbers with you and we start talking about texting and talking about the kiosk systems and all those things and talking about marketing and using that 27126 to put money in your pocket, I ask this question all the time. How many of you want to make money, and how many of you want to make recurring income? I'm going to tell you now, if you want to make the big dollars, and this is why these text companies open up. I mean, you have the opportunity to get near wholesale pricing on texting and go out and create large recurring revenue banks. You'll have to excuse me. I will be drinking a lot of water. I am dehydrated. So, but I just wanted to go through some of these numbers because I know a lot of people, they don't go in when we put some post in, or I know Mike Cahill posts a lot of good stuff all the time. Nobody really reads those things. Okay. They don't take time to educate themselves. So I wanted to, this was important to me to show after I read it. Matter of fact, I made a comment on it right after it did. Convincing Numbers says the report that supports this conclusion. According to Statista, U.S. mobile phone penetration has reached 81%, representing 223 million consumers. Now, I don't know about you, but I want a piece of that market. Those consumers spend an average of 4.7 hours per day glued to their phones, okay? According to AT&T and the Center for Internet and Technology Addiction. And I like that word they said, Internet and Technology Addiction. People are addicted to texting. I was in Walmart yesterday. I went up there to get some Cat 5 clips, and a college girl literally ran me over and never saw me, never quit texting, and kept on walking and never said, excuse me. I don't even think she realized she ran into me. And when I saw that word, and when I read that, when Woodrow posted that, addiction, people are physically and mentally addicted to text messaging. That's the way everybody communicates. I'll give you a prime example. I look back today, I wanted to see how many people since the first of the month, this month, 19 days into the month, have texted me via Facebook Messenger, because that's where I ask everybody to start contacting me if you had a question or something. 58 people as of today have texted me via Facebook Messenger. And it's a great way to communicate. Texting is a super way to communicate, and it's a great way with your customers. And this is what this is talking about. Among their behaviors, 93% of smartphone users had them handy while they watch television, including television advertising, as reported by the USA edition of the Deloitte Mobile Consumer Survey. Beyond these numbers is the critical role that text now plays in our everyday lives, says the report. 97% of U.S. adults text daily. 97%. How many of you picked up your phone and texted today? I'll be curious to see. I'm sure it's 100%. How many of you picked up your phone and actually texted today? Sent out a text message, and whether it been to your friends, to your workmates, to your wives, to your kids, but did you pick up the phone and actually text someone today? How many of you actually did that? Yep. And I can promise you, every 25 times, Mark says. I know. I mean, it's constant, right? 97% text daily. Texting is the #1 activities for smartphone users, according to Pew. You should literally walk in. See, Bob's the 1%er, okay, or part of the 3%. Texting is the #1 activity for smartphone users, according to Pew. Your clients, your customers need to see that. They need to know. That statistic right there should literally be printed on your forehead when you're talking to your clients who say, nobody texts. And they've probably texted 25 times that day. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. And everybody rather text than call. I'd rather text than call because I don't like talking on the phone. Text have a 99% open rate. Remember, now that's gone up in the last couple of years. Text has a 99% open rate compared to 20% for email, according to a study by Single Point. Now, I'm not telling you not to do your email marketing, okay? Email, I was waiting on you to say something, Will. Email marketing is still a viable way to market, but text marketing has literally taken over the market. I mean, in other words, says the report, marketers to align their outreach with behaviors that are already habitual. Okay, you're going in and selling something that is already a habit for your clients' customers. Consumers are already in the habit of text marketing. Align their outreach with behaviors that are already habitual for smartphone users. In simple terms, okay, and I liked it when they said that. Texting is easy, casual, and conversational. Tom today, he's new, and I think I saw him on the thing here. Tom's new, been in about a week now, doing a great job building apps, and we have literally been doing training via Facebook Messenger, and we probably texted 10 or 15 times today. He was showing me apps and getting questions, and it's just like carrying on a normal conversation. And the great thing about texting is, especially when you're doing customer service, I can sit here and I do it all the time, several times a week. I take screenshots and I'm able to send those directly to that person that I'm conversing with, having normal conversation. And in literally seconds, I can show them exactly where they need to go, what they need to do, and how they need to do it. That's the reason I went to that format versus phone calls, because I can't do that if I'm on the phone. And so it's become a habit that we're all used to. That may explain why the public has expressed a desire to interact, okay? And this really right here has come true over the last 2 months with the Facebook Messenger thing. That's why I started publishing that. They may explain why the public has expressed a desire to interact with business using this vehicle, as evidenced by the following findings. Ring Central reports that 78% of consumers wish they could have a text conversation with a business. Did you know let me ask that question. How many of you know that you can set it up to where a client's customers can text them right from the app? I know there's a 20-second delay, so I'm going to ask it again so everybody can reply. Did you know that there is a way for your clients to actually text have their customers text them directly from the app? And for those that don't know, I'm going to show you that here in a minute. It literally takes 2 seconds to set up. And when I show you, this is going to be the response. People are going to say, well, I don't want somebody texting my personal phone. Well, guess what? Set up a Text Me account or a Text Now account, or better than that, set up a Google Voice account, and the text come right onto your phone through Google Voice. And what you can do is you can literally go in there and say, listen, 78% of the consumers out there like text messaging with the owners of the company or the management systems of the company. And what I'd like to do is show you this, okay, how that works. And you can put this on your phone after tonight, because I'm shocked that nobody knows that you can do that. But you're going to be able to see tonight how to set that up and how to do that. And you're going to be able to text directly from the app. Okay? And you're going to be shocked when I show you how to do this. 3 out of 4 like offers sent via text reports. 3 out of 4 consumers, you're texting from your phone. There's no cost. It's already built into the system. There's 0 cost. 3 out of 4 like offers sent via text reports, Digital Marketing Magazine. 3 out of 4 people out there. So if you get a customer that says, I use Google Voice too. If you get a customer that says, well, nobody texts. I mean, that technology, guys, 3 out of 4 people, 3 out of 4 consumers want a text want an offer sent via text. I mean, you guys know what I do on Wednesday night after trade. I go out and get my Wednesday night Sonic because I was text today. Texting with a qualified lead can increase. Listen what I'm fixing to tell you. Now, I'm fixing to throw this off on y'all, because what do you want? You want leads. You want to be able to talk to people. You want to be able to share with people. I'm going to go back to Tom, okay? Tom and I started a text conversation via Facebook Messenger talking about the system. Tom became a lead for AppWizard Studio. That's how he asked questions. He found us on YouTube, I think, is how he found us. And he's found my messenger on Facebook. He looked me up on Facebook. He stalked me. I'm just kidding, Tom. He stalked, and he started asking questions. And now Tom is a very bright, very excited reseller in Las Vegas and doing a great job building apps. Okay, but 100% according to Velocify. How many of your customers are you texting with? How many of you are building a text list? I literally had a reseller tell me the other day that that wasn't important to him. And I nearly fell off my chair. I literally nearly fell off my chair. How can that not be important, that you have a conversational way? Yeah, Tom did stop me. How can you run a business if you don't have conversation with your clients? The texting platform, the marketing platform, is your way to keep yourself in front of those clients. Let's say that they didn't save your app, but once a month you send your app out there. Hey, need to get a hold of me? Here's my business card. And that's all you say. And it comes across his phone because you're sending it out automatically to your entire contact list. And when they get that, they open it up and there's your app and say, man, I've been trying to figure out how to get a hold of this guy. And what does that have on it? Well, you can call me, you can text me, you can do whatever you need to do to get a hold of me. 100% according to Velocify. In an article entitled Text Messaging is Absolutely Eating Phone Calls Lunch, Franchise Help reports that research indicates that 90% of leads prefer to be texted. Now, let me ask you guys a question. And ladies, I saw Martha in here, my favorite lady. Let me ask you a question. If I stop trading right now, did you get anything out of this first 20 minutes? Did it open your mind? Trading should be a stimulus to open your mind for you to say, gosh, man, how the heck did I miss that? When Woodrow posted this yesterday, I literally read this thing 20 times because I couldn't believe the numbers. I literally read it 20 times because I was like, oh my gosh, look at these numbers. I mean, it made me realize how little I do. It made me realize that. And I've got a pretty successful business going. I put this up here because I wanted to make sure that these guys that did this, Ferrier is a seasoned direct marketing expert with an acute focus on ROI, and Rick Petrie is a direct marketing veteran of over 25 years providing creative services to both business to consumer and business to business. This is their writings, okay? And I wanted about media posts. This is directly from what Woodrow put up, okay? You have to be engaged. You have to be engaged with your customers. There's no better way to do it than that number right there. And I think people get confused. They say, well, the marketing platform is automatically connected to everything. And it is. Okay, it is. But you can still drive people into the marketing platform by putting that keyword out there and having them take that keyword and text it directly to 27126. And we're going to talk about the reputation management system in a minute. Using simply 27126, where your clients can reach out to their customers and say, hey, tell us how we're doing. Tell us how we're doing. I'm going to go through another screenshot before we move over into the system. The most important thing a business can find out, they don't really want to know, but they need to find out, is that they suck or not, right? I mean, how many businesses have you gone in, and be honest with me, how many businesses have you gone in that absolutely are terrible, okay? They're terrible, but you never said anything to them because you didn't want to be confrontational at the business. Is there anybody here that does that? They want to say something, but they really don't. And I can tell you, everybody here knows me pretty well. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to tell somebody, and I'm going to be upfront about it. My mom tells me I'm too honest, and sometimes that's true. And but the most important thing that you want to do with your customers is have them be honest with you, and you want them to tell you that you're either doing a really good job or that you just really suck. Your customer service bad, your food is bad, your clothing line is terrible, you never have anything stocked. People need to hear those things. Business owners today, they're closing the doors because they have blinders on, and before it's too late, they can't turn things around. But with a simple 27126 number, okay, and a code, they can literally, a keyword, they can literally send out a message and say, hey, tell us how you're doing. Let us know how we're doing. And you can set it up to where it's blind. It's not even on the app. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. SuccessHarbor.com, George Messazaros. Okay. And this is a blog that I love to read. Okay. Focus on your customer. Your customer keeps you in business and puts you out of business too. If you listen to them, you can improve your products or service. And this goes back to that reputation thing. It's very, very important, okay, that you listen to your customers and that you let your clients know. And I know Michael Cahill, I'm not sure if he's on tonight. I haven't seen him scroll past. You guys are scrolling pretty fast tonight. But reputation management, a customer understanding reputation management and if they're doing well or not, and if they've got a good reputation or bad reputation, is very, very important. And thanks, Michael. And Michael will attest to this. He sells a reputation management system. Okay, that's one of the most important things for a business today. Now, some businesses, I was talking to a business owner the other day, and I was asking about his reputation. And what sparked me to ask him about his reputation, a guy posted online about, hey, I need somebody to help me with my reputation. And I sent him over to Woodrow because Woodrow does reputation management. I personally don't. And so I was talking to this guy. I said, hey, do you ever look at Yelp? He said, oh, man, I stay off of Yelp. He said, everything on there is negative. And I said, well, do you do anything about it? He said, I don't know how. I said, well, do you believe it to be true? And that's when he looked at me. He said, well, surely not. And I started talking to him about our in-house reputation management system that will allow him to find out if his customers thinks he sucks or not, where they can be truthful and it's coming directly to him through our system versus Yelp. So he'll know if it's true or not. And so customers don't disappear. They go to competitors. Michael, do you see this all the time in your adventures out there in big Atlanta, where customers, they don't even realize that they're doing bad, and next thing they know, they're wondering where their customers went. They think that they just disappeared in thin air. They don't disappear. They go to the competitors. Reach out to your customers. Ask them questions. Ask what they like or dislike. Welcome negative feedback. Don't be defensive about it. Okay? Don't be defensive about it. Negative feedback gives you a chance to improve. It's hard, and be honest with me. I mean, tonight's all about honesty. Okay? It's hard to sit down in front of a client, and you've been sitting there for 2.5 hours, and you've been shooting the breeze, and you went out to dinner or whatever you did, or you brought him a sandwich and some donuts and coffee into his place. And the whole 2.5 hours you've been sitting there, not a single customer walked in the door. And you're sitting there asking yourself, you're saying, gosh, man, he doesn't have any business. Are you brave enough to ask him why not? Because you need to be. You are his consultant. I say that a lot. You are his consultant. You are his advisor. Whether he's paid you a nickel or not, sometimes they need to hear the truth. You know, they need to hear the truth and say, listen, I've got ways to fix that. I can help you fix your problems. And we need to put a Band-Aid on it and stop the bleeding, and then we need to go from there. And the biggest reason that a lot of people don't do that is because it costs money, right? And you already know that the poor guy's bleeding, and you don't have a lot of money. He ain't got any marketing money. He's already taken money out of the cash register to pay his bills. But if you want to help them and save them and start bringing customers back, you've got to be honest with them, brutally honest with them. That's part of being business. Number one, that's part of being a consultant. Michael, do you have to be brutally honest with your clients, especially when you're talking reputation management, and especially when it's really, really bad? Absolutely. I can tell you what he's going to say before he tops it. Absolutely. You know, that's a tough game. But we are here to help businesses. 27126 isn't just a number that sits there that you tie into to run a kiosk or those things. That number is a number that you need to be using to continually drive traffic from other traffic sources like Facebook, Instagram. I was reading today, Snapchat, 160 million viewers a day. Okay? And you need to be reaching out and telling your customers, hey, we've got to reach out to your market. Before we get into before we get into slides, I'll tell you a couple of things. And I've been talking about Michael. Let me pull up our messages today. And I want to share this with you. And I ask him because I talked to some resellers this week, and they were saying, you know, hey, we're having a tough time getting out because we have a 90-minute drive. So I wanted to get some information for them, and they're on tonight, so I want them to hear this. And so I said, and I'm going to read this to you. I didn't put it on the screen here. It's in my Facebook Messenger. And I said, quick couple of questions, if you don't mind sharing. How many groups do you speak to a month? Average attendance and new clients signed for meetings. Would like to share the stats on training. And I'm going to read exactly what he said. I speak to 1 or 2 groups a month, on average about 1 every 3 weeks. Now, he's going in and he is speaking about services that take care of business problems, okay? Between those in attendance and referrals, I get 1 to 2 clients from each speaking gig. My next one is May the 9th, and I'm speaking as a 3-person panel, 90-minute social media panel discussion. While not huge numbers, 20 to 25 clients a year from speaking is the growth rate that fits for me. because I'm still doing networking, walk-in introductions, and cold outreach to gain other clients. In the process of developing some automated funnels and outsourcing more of the fulfillment so I can scale. Okay? And so if you want to get out in front of a group of people and you want to pick up 25 clients a year, this is a great way to do it. And so he said most talks are 15 to 20 minutes. I tend to cover bullet points and checklists, and he sent me one of the bullet points. I offer a free 30-minute consultation to continue the conversation. Out of 3 to 4 takers, close one pretty quickly and another one down the road. Once in the visible, that's his company. It is genius. Let me just say, Michael Cahill, that was genius. Visible ecosystem, is it easy for me to add services to the initial service they buy? So he's got his upsells ready. He's getting in front of groups, and he's talking to those people. And he said, I suggest they contact the business organizations and service clubs, meaning your Lions clubs, all your business organizations in town. And every town's got them. If you'll go to your Chamber of Commerce, that's one of them right there. But they can also direct you to the other organizations. It is possible to line up a breakfast gig, especially if you're going to have to drive 60 to 90 miles and you're going to be there. It's easy to set up a breakfast gig and a lunch gig with established audience for the same day. Beats trying to get people to come to their event until you're an established expert, and even then it can be hard. Many of my invitations come from meetups and networking events I plug into. And then he sent me the list. He's reaching out, he's talking to people, he's building his list, and I'm sure they exchange numbers so they can text and do all that stuff, and he exchanges his business cards, and he does all those things so that they can stay in contact with each other. But that is something that everybody needs to do. I personally don't do that. I've done a few over the last 3 years. It's not my thing. Believe it or not, I'm shy. I'm introverted when I'm in front of people. And it's hard for me to do that. One-on-one, I can talk all day. Large groups, it's tough for me. But it's a great way, if you're able to stand up and do what you do, to be able to reach out to people and pick up 25 clients. In 4 years, you've got 100 clients. So a great way to do that. And what's he doing? He's focusing on his customers, okay? And he's working with his clients. Let me go into the marketing platform. I mean, not the marketing platform. Gosh, what am I trying to say? Let me go into the system real quick. I hope I don't lose you guys. That's for sure. I make that a very big habit. Everybody can see the screen and I don't have to restart. Can everybody see my screen? It should be the kiosk 2 that we've been in for the last, gosh, man, weeks. And create the new web app. This is inside the system. Can everybody see that? And I want to make sure before I continue on. And we're going to go into the app and I'm going to show you a couple of things. Okay? And okay, awesome. Everybody said yes. So we're going to go into edit web app. And when we get off this call tonight, I want everybody to go do this and I want you to test it. Okay? Now this is the test app we did last week. You got the screens and everything. Same app we was in last week. But if you'll come right up here to content and you go into links to web pages and phone numbers, you can add your new link right here and you can say text me. Okay? And you come down here and you click on text mobile number. Okay? Text mobile number. And I will put in my Google Voice number. Hang on just 1 second. If you ever want to text me on Google, don't call me on it because I get calls on it all the time from people that it don't belong to. I only set it up for texting. And I give this number out to clients when they want to text me, so they don't text me on my personal phone number. If I can find it here. Okay, it's 469 708. I do answer the text on this. 8446. I just don't answer the phone calls. And I'm going to click save. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to edit so that you can see what happens here. See right here, it says SMS. That means that it's telling your phone to connect to your SMS system, okay? So that you can this works directly with your work with the texting platform. Come up here and reload. And obviously this isn't going to work here because I'm on a computer, okay? And a computer does not have a texting system. So when you get off of training, go in and set this button up, put your phone number in it, click on it, okay? Click on it, and you can text. Your clients can put that up there, and if you want to set them up a Google Voice number, you can set them up a Google Voice number, and that's $20, right? You're going to charge them to do it. That's $20. And you can go in there and say, hey, we've got a great service where your customers can stay in direct contact with you. It's $20 a month. It's $9.99 a month. Okay. I mean, I don't know how long that took me, 10 seconds or something like that. But you can literally go out and pick up an extra $10 bill a month, $120 a year for adding a text me button on there and connecting it to a Google Voice or something like that. Then go in, set up the Google Voice on the person's phone, download the app, set up the person's Google Voice on the phone, and bam. Now their customers can stay in contact with them. Why do you want to do that? Because 90% of customers want to be able to text to get more information from a company. They don't want to call. They don't want to set on hold. They want to be able to text. And this is a feature. This is probably the most underused and used feature. And until I read this, I always tell you guys straight up, until I read this, I've only used this a couple of times on a few phones. I mean, on a few customers. Only a couple of times with a few customers until I read those numbers today, and I will sell it every time now because it's the most important thing based on the surveys, based on today's data that your clients can do is stay in contact with their customers. So now you give them a medium to do that. Now, obviously, I would put that up here on the bar. So how do we do that? I'll go ahead and show that because someone will ask. I'm going to come over. I'm going to come to links. I'm going to turn off text me. You know, that could be a good thing to put up here. You know, you guys see me put the call to actions above the logos. That'd be a great thing in big, bold letters, customer service. And you put that Google Voice, you can set it up where it comes right into email. You can set it right there, and it the only thing I don't like about Google Voice is when you call it, this is why I don't use it. It says, just wait a minute. This is Google Voice. Let me find the customer. Texting, I don't have any problems. I get a lot of text on my Google Voice. Some of them looking for their girlfriend because their girlfriend had the number, but still. So view, we're going to go in here to header. And I can put this on the tab bar. All I got to do is go down here, drop down, add a link, select text me, add, and I've got it right up here. Of course, I would put a phone up here. I would put an SMS message. So let's go in there. I'm probably going to regret doing this because it's probably going to be slow. Just search SMS. Everybody knows what the text box is. I don't care how old you are or what you're not. Let's click on this SMS one. Okay, SMS, text me. Let's hit save. And now you have a way to do that. Or you can do this. Let's get a button bar. Let's add a new link. Let's go text me. Tom, this is for you, buddy. Text for customer service. And Tom, I cannot type, just so you know. Text for customer service. Okay, I'm going to add. Let me go ahead and do the same thing. Let me put the little SMS one up there. And I'm going to make a nice call to action here. It's all the way to the top. My images. I'm going to hit save. And I want that to really stand. So I'm going to go down here to styles and colors. How's Google, how's the system doing tonight now that we got it all straightened out in the beginning? I know it eats up a lot of bandwidth. Let's go over here to header. Let's go to this button bar. We'll make this really pop. Let's go to background color. Let's make it red. Let's make that button. Oops. Hang on a second. I want to make this yellow. Okay. Border color, we'll make it black. Texted icon color, we'll make it black. And the background color, we'll go and we'll make that red. We'll make it pop. Text for customer service. Okay? Text for customer service. And when I click on that, it's going to open up their text system. And it's going to text directly to it. It's using the phone. It's using the phone. So very, we just went through this. Honestly, I was so thankful that Woodrow posted that. And I mean, there's some great data that comes into those posts in Facebook. I was like, wow, you guys got to read that. You've got to read it. So now you've got a great call to action up there, and you can show your clients, hey, listen, 90% of the people out there don't want to call you, but they sure do want to converse with you. And guess what you can do? You can add this text button, and guys, that's free money in your pocket. You're already paying for that service. Your monthly is already paid for that technology. It's already there. Add that for $9.99 a month. Go out and make an extra $10 on every app. I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. Now, let's talk about 27126. Does everybody understand how to do that real quick before I get off here? We are going to go over a little bit because we had 10 minutes of trying to get everybody online. Does anybody have any questions on how to set up the text for customers? Where the customer can click on that button and text the business owner directly? Anybody got any questions? Please ask down. Forever hold your peace. I'm going to go ahead and go into the messaging center real quick. Well, before I do, go in and set up our Rate Us button. Okay? Your in-house reputation management system. Simply come in and say yes. Okay? Allow rating anytime, because you're going to send this out. Your client's going to send this out to know if he's doing good or not. You know, this doesn't have to go out every month. Maybe every 2 or 3 months. Maybe he had a bad waitress or a bad waiter or a bad customer service rep or something like that. And people all over town are talking about it. And he wants to put a stop to it. So he's going to ask people to send in their thoughts. Okay. Hey, tell us how we're doing. And they say, hey, you know what? You had this one girl, but you got rid of her. Everything is great now. We love coming back. Okay. People need to hear that. Business owners need to hear that. So you can send the report to the phone. Okay. You have to have texting set up to do this. But you need texting set up anyway. So you can send it out, right? And send report to the email. Okay, now I've got it set up. Test page, yes. I'm going to say save. Now I'm going to come over, and I'm going to come over to my pre. What I want to do is I want to pull this link off of this app. Copy link address, just pull it. I know you guys can't see this because it's no, but you right click and it says copy link address, get the link address. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come, because this is messaging. You're going to send this out to your clients that have signed up. You want to hear from your most loyal clients that's going to be honest with you, not somebody that stopped in one time and was pissed off because you were busy and they sat down and it took them an extra 20 minutes to get their food. Okay, you want this to going out to the loyal clients, the people that's going to be honest to let you know if your business is still doing well or not doing well. So we're going to come over to the home page. Let me refresh. We're going to come down here to rate us, and we're going to turn the button off. It still works, okay? They just can't see it. It still works. It's still active. It's system, but they cannot see it. Other people can't go in and mess with this. This is going out to your number one clients. This way you can go in and say, hey, I need your help. Tell me how I'm send a new message. Rate us. Let us know how we are doing. Paste the link in. Okay. It's really long, so let's go down here and use the URL shortener. Let's cut that. Let's shorten that URL down. Post it in here. It says shorten the URL. Post it in there. Or you can literally go get a bit.ly link or something like that if you wanted to track it. Or a Google link to track. Copy that. Let's drop that in there. Very, very simple. Okay. Very, very simple. Very simple. Can everybody hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Todd said he's having a couple of audio issues. Make sure everybody can hear me okay before I keep going forward. If you ever have problems, this is what happens a lot of times. You're on the, okay, everybody can hear me fine. A lot of times this is what happens. You start opening browser windows, you start doing all that, you're burning your own bandwidth, and that's why you start having audio issues. If you'll shut all that stuff down when training starts, you normally don't have any problems, okay? So you simply got a simple message here, rate us. Let us know how we are doing. And guess what? They can go in. They can go into that page. It's going to be on your app, okay? It's going to be on your app. They can see everything else, okay? And they can do it privately. They can say, hey, we're going to give you a thumbs up. We're going to give you a thumbs down, all right? This is what the message is going to look like. Oops, I got new text subscribers. Preview now. And that's the message that's going to go out. You don't want to your Facebook page or anything else. This is private. This is for your clients. You could literally go out and just sell this system. I mean, you could literally go out for $49 a month or whatever you're going to do, you know, and do that. I mean, it's just one of those things where people need this. Michael Cahill, do people need reputation management? Absolutely they do. You know, Absolutely, they do. Any questions on this at all? I'm going to go turn it back on for those of you that have never seen it so you can see what it actually looks like. Yeah, just ask United. Just ask United. I mean, United Airlines is going through some terrible times right now. Why? Because of reputation management. Just because of reputation management. And somebody probably lost their job. All right. So let's go over here. Let's go to Edit Web App. I'm just going to turn this on real quick. Those of you that have never seen it, let's go down here to Radar. I'm sorry. Let me go over here to the page and turn it back on so I can turn the link on. So I can actually click on it so you can see it. Show yes. Come down. Let's go to Rate Us. There's no coloring in it because everything's black and white right now. But you have your thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay. Give us your thoughts by rating below. Your rating and comments will be sent directly to, and that's what this app is named. Okay. So if it was John's Barbecue House, it'd say John's Barbecue House. Give it a thumbs up. It says thumbs up. Your name, your number, your email, and they put their comments in. They can give it a thumbs down. And it tells you it's a thumbs down, name, mobile number, email, and comments. Okay? And as soon as they put that in, you're going to get that information. It's going to text it to you, and it's going to email it to you. Any questions at all on this? Great tool to go out and sell your clients. You can literally go out and sell this all day long for 49 bucks. Plus taxing, 30 bucks, 79 bucks. Your clients need this. Your clients need this. Text customer service, that's $10 a month in your pocket, and you ain't got to do nothing but put a phone number in there. Don't have to do anything but put a phone number in there. Any questions at all? Okay, if there's no questions, if there's anything that you didn't understand, the training will be up here in just a few minutes. We'll post the link out. And 27126. That's how you need to be driving business to your keys. How you need to be driving business and be driving business everywhere using that shortcode. Oh, I was going to tell you about Milen Goins. Hang on just a second. Let me pull up his message here real quick. He did a $200 ad spend for Facebook. Okay. He got 20,000 clicks for 200 bucks. So that's about a penny a click. Okay. He had, let me pull up his stats. He had 122 people place orders out of that 20,000. The revenue, the gross revenue for that $200. Now, this is in Facebook, driving them into an app, driving them into this restaurant. The gross revenue on a $200 ad spend was $2,917.72. $2,917.77. Mike is the expert on that, and I'm sure he would be more than happy to post things like that in Facebook. I know he posts all the time, Martha. I mean, think about that. A guy spent $200, a $2,900 return, and he used that Facebook ad to drive them into the app. You have to get out of the box. You can't just go in and drop a kiosk on a counter and say, this is how it works, and walk away and never do anything. You have to be the complete marketing package. You have to. You have to, you have to, you have to. Trust me, there's not a business owner out there that would not like to spend $200 to get a $2,900 return. Not a person out there that wouldn't want to do that. No, I think it was driving them into their app, taking them to their menu. You can verify that. He'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. I asked him today if I could talk to you guys about it, and I'm sure he would elaborate, just touching base with him in the group. I'm sure he would do that. The birthday strategy is a great strategy to use, though, to drive traffic. Great strategy through Facebook. Any other questions? Yeah, it's a client for life. Absolutely. 200 for $2,900 return. Absolutely, Ed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Any more questions? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I know we went a little bit over. We finished right on time. We had those connection problems. Hopefully, they'll get everything worked out in webinar time. This is a more stable system. This is a more stable system. So, and it's a lot easier to run from my end. Thank you, Martha. All right, we will see you. Thank you, Todd. We will see you guys next week. Thank you, BK. It's always a pleasure, man. Y'all have a great night. If you have any questions, you know how to contact me via Facebook Messenger. Good night, Tom. Contact me in the group. If you'll notice, when you tag me in the group, I always will come back and answer the tag. That's how I get the notifications in the group. So same way with Mark. I see you guys tag Mark, and he answers immediately. When you guys tag us, we know we've been talking about that. We know you guys have been talking about us. All right. Well, thank Woodrow for that post, because that drove training tonight, man. I'm telling you, that post opened my eyes. It really did. And it was real good. I recommend you go into the Facebook group if you're not there. And there's a lot of great posts, a lot of good information that's put out in that Facebook group, a ton of information. And the only way you get it is if you join the group, and the only people that can join the group are instant AppWizard Studio members. So, all right, everybody, good night. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you next week's trading.